Hey, welcome to my channel, Brad Wardle, Captain Wingnut from Cougar Ridge Ranch, high in the Uinta Mountains of eastern Utah. We're 7,000 feet up and it is cold. Right now I believe it's about 16 degrees and falling and snowing, and we have got a lot of snow. We had 3 inches yesterday, we got 3 inches last night. Well, on top of the 3 inches that we had the day before, and I haven't plowed snow because I wanted to show you how I plow snow to make life easy. Now, it takes me all day to plow snow here. We've got so much road to plow, and that's just to get us to the county road. And if the county hasn't plowed the road, then I have to plow us down to the state road if we need to get out. So I want to show you some of the wisdom that I've learned over the years and help you if you've just gotten yourself into a place where you're in inhospitable territory like this and you've got to move snow so that you can get around. So let's go have a look. Welcome back. So before I actually plow snow and we get deep enough snow to plow, the first couple of snowstorms I hook up the roller to the Ranger and roll the snow down and pack it down tight so that it has a chance to freeze and make a hard ice layer that I'm plowing against. Otherwise, all I do is plow up all the gravel and all the dirt and just make a unbelievable mess, and it's hard on the equipment too. So I roll it all first, and then as the snow comes more and more on top of it, then I've got this hard layer that I can plow against. So as you get snow, you want to think about a few things to make your life a little bit easier. First of all, you want to make sure that you've got a place to put your snow. And I'm going to see if I can get this camera to flip around here. Let's see, there we go. So I've got snow piles right here, and that's pretty deep. That's about 4 feet deep right there, and about 8 feet out right now that I've been plowing and pushing. And you can see my tracks. I just walked around in here so you could see that it's pretty deep right now. And so what you want to do is you want to think about moving snow from your high places down to your low places. And here, this pile of snow is away from the house and open to the trees and everything down there. And so in the spring, when this melts and thaws, it's going to run down and away from my roads and all of our walkways and the places that we move around. And we're not going to live in a mud hole. We're living in a snowstorm for months up here. And then when it thaws, you don't want to live in a mud hole as well. You want the mud to dry up very, very quickly. And it's not going to dry up if you've plowed your snow up high and it's just running down into all of your roadways. So think about where you're going to put your snow. It's not just like being at the county or the state where they just plow the road off on each side and let whatever deal with it. So we've got our Suburban here with a big 8-foot plow on it, and that's what we call the boss, the snow plow. And it's gonna have to get fired up and get going here. I've got a big snow blower, and we'll get the snow blower out and we'll start clearing out away from these places that I can't get with the snow plow. I just have to do around the buildings because I can back drag with the snow plow and drag all this stuff out. I don't have to do a lot of big time work, but I still do have to hand shovel around the shops and then get it all out into here where I can push it with the big boss. And so now we're gonna go, boys, where are you? Now we're gonna go down here and see what my dogs are doing. There's where I push the snow. See, I push the snow, we're high here. We're about 2 feet, 3 feet higher than down at that side of the road. So I push all the snow from up here all the way down this road and pile it up down there. And it'll be 12, 14, 18 feet high and 40 feet long. And that way, in the spring, it starts to thaw and it goes into all of our trees and away from the road, away from the houses, away from the buildings. I'll plow all of the snow here. I'll plow from the high side down to the low side. There's a little bit of a slope here, and those piles right there are not snow. That's sand and gravel and road base and all of my working materials. So that's just a little snow covered. But I'll plow all this snow down, and then you can see I'm plowing it way back in the back there where we don't even go. And we'll plow it all down here so that when it melts, it goes that way instead of melting across the road and just being a mud hole. Our roads, we don't have any paved roads on the ranch. They're all just gravel dirt, and they are just mud mess in the spring when this is thawing. So we've got a lot of road to plow. You can see backwards that way that I was just showing you, way up into here. I've got all these roads to plow, and then when we get past the gate, I've got to plow it down to the county road. And if the county hasn't plowed the road down to the state road, and we need to get out, then I'll have to plow that too. Many times had to do that, and I hate to plow the county's road. I hate to mess up their driver's process of however he does it. But if he hasn't been there and we got to get out, or any of the neighbors have got to get out, then I end up plowing it down to the state road. And I don't really plow a big deal. I don't plow the whole road out. I just plow a path. Now, I've got friends that have got snow plows, and most think like I do. You know, plow it wide in the start, plow long, plow wide, plow big, because as it snows, it encroaches on you, and you push more and more and more, and your road just gets narrower and narrower and narrower. And so start out plowing as wide as you can. Push your snow as far off as you can. It seems a little ridiculous at first, but you'll like it as you get going, because your piles get bigger and bigger. Here's a pile here, and here's a couple of big piles over here. And these piles will just get bigger and bigger, taller and wider. They'll come out into here. I've got friends up here who plow a little teeny strip, just enough to get out, and they plow it both ways, and then they live in a mud hole all spring. So you can see my property, the ranch, has a little bit of a slight dip to this. It's high here and it's low here. So I'll start out and I'll plow from way out here, and I'll plow it down into this and pile it all up over there, so that in the spring, when this is melting, there's not a lot that has to melt off. And I also have a ditch that goes that way that gets it down there. So the same down there, it all plows this way off into the trees, so that I don't have to deal with mud. That's a big deal. So give yourself lots of room in the beginning, because in a big snow year, it will encroach on you. It will come in. You know, don't just be a narrow thinker, like I call it. A narrow thinker just plows one little place. A narrow thinker uses a shovel and just makes one little path. A wide thinker, a big thinker, will shovel and clear the whole thing, knowing that it's going to encroach and get closed in on you as you go. We've had years where literally the snow is 5 feet tall, and I've just been cutting through it in our walkways. And the piles here, you can't even see the trees that the snow is so high. Now, I've got an advantage over most of my friends in that I've got a big tractor, and I can come and I can move these piles back further. So as they encroach up on my road, where I can't get the garbage truck or some of my big semis in here, I can come up with the tractor and push this farther out. It takes a whole day to move this whole road. but I can push it all out. My neighbors don't have that. So if you don't have a tractor where you can widen your space once it's narrowed in on you, then think way ahead of time. Think spring when you're plowing your snow. All right, let's go do some B-roll and show you what we're doing. Wanna go snow plowing? Huh? Yeah? What about you, Apollo? Huh? Come here. Apollo. Zeus. What's your name? Zeus. Yeah, Zeus. Zeus. Well, get over here. Come on. What's your name? Yeah, Apollo. Apollo. You watch me, I'm plowing snow. there it is. Lots of snow. If you move into an area where in the wilderness like this and you got a lot of snow to move so that you can get around, I hope these tips help you out. Don't be one of those people that doesn't plan. You've got to make a plan. You know, when someone makes a plan and then they act on that plan, everyone will say to you, wow, that is so amazing. Look how you did that. You made it look so easy. Yeah, when you make a plan and you act on that plan, it makes it look so easy. It is so easy. But when you just haphazard plow and shovel and just go here, willy-nilly there. Oh my goodness, it's a catastrophe. It's a wreck. I got friends that you go to their place and it's just everywhere. There's no rhyme or reason, no plan. So plan what you're gonna do. Get yourself some knowledge ahead of time how you're gonna handle it. Because when you have all of this snow, it is absolutely crazy if you don't have a plan. Look at these piles. These piles are taller than me already. This has happened in 2 weeks. So, there you have it. See? This camera to work. So, Captain Wingnut, Cougar Ridge Ranch, high in the Uinta Mountains, covered in snow. I hope this helps. Enjoyed this, making these for you. Stay tuned, a lot more to come. Hasta la vista, baby. Is that cowboy talk?